How's everybody doing?
Good, how are you, Derek?
Doing good, doing really good. It's an exciting time of year, and we're getting done with training camp. Got the roster constructed. Obviously, that can be fluid, but really happy where we're at. Got a lot of work to do. We got the right guys for the job. Really like what I'm seeing out there, and now our focus turns to our first game. And we're playing a very good opponent, very, very good opponent that we have a lot of respect for. We got to have some great practices, great meetings, great everything as we lead up to that. Just really excited for everybody that made the team, all the hard work they put in. And, I think we had a really good practice today, and got to do it again tomorrow. Any questions?
With the 53, just the thought process there of trading for Austin Deculus and waiving Branson, bringing him back on the practice squad.
Right now I'd say it's still a fluid situation. We're going to get a good chance to really get to know Austin and see how he does and where he fits in. But nothing's written in stone for sure. But he's got a great opportunity here, and I think he's afforded himself pretty well so far. But we really like Branson. We think he's going to be a player. So a lot of different ways to build it. The squad, the extra players for us. They're an extension of the team. So we don't really look at it very much differently. You can elevate any of those players on game day. So. It's not quite as cut and dry as it used to be.
How did you sort of see Branson's transition into guard over the course of camp in the preseason? Obviously coming from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think, anytime you move inside, there's an adjustment. Things happen quicker. Now you're dealing not just with defensive end or whatnot. Now I've got to deal with a tackle and the center and all the things that can interject and intertwine with each other there. So I'd say he made huge strides at guard. And then he was working through something, and we got him back out to tackle and got some work there. So we're trying to build that guard tackle flex. But when you take a tackle out of college and you want that flex, you better get him playing guard pretty quick because it's a little bit of a different animal.
Where have you seen the biggest growth from Darius Davis as far as wideout?
I'd say everything, really everything. Always really been an explosive playmaker. Hey, get the ball in his hands so he can make a play. And then you start dialing down to the nuances and the specifics and the details of things. I really feel he's made huge strides in that area since we first got here. As far as route releases, route running, landmarks, getting in and out of breaks, etc. He's really made some huge strides. So arrow up for him. Really excited about him. We can put him on the field, and I feel really good.
You got that two quarterback. What impressed you about Trey the last couple weeks?
I think he had a really, really good camp. Really love how he prepares, how he interacts, how he communicates. He's a really good teammate with his teammates, and then I really feel like he did a nice job, playing his game this summer, and I think we're just scratching the surface with him. We have only just begun, but I really like how he handled himself. Very calm demeanor, but he's done a nice job, and I think we all think he's got a lot of upside.
Of the 53. Who was the one that, or a couple of players or whoever, made either the big stride or was surprising throughout the preseason that is now on his team?
I can't really say anybody surprised me. I really can't say that. If I'm forgetting somebody, let me know. But I don't know that anybody really surprised me. I really feel like this whole group, everybody just comes into work, works hard, tries to get better every day. Nothing's perfect. But, anytime we can, fix those imperfections we have out on the field or whatnot, or in our understanding of what we're trying to do, every day is an opportunity to do that, and we have guys that grab onto that, which is the key. And, I just think everybody ascended throughout training camp. There's a lot of hard decisions, a lot of hard decisions.
Najee, off NFI and back in practice this week. Just what are your expectations for him with the first game now, 8 days away?
Yeah, playing it by ear, really, seeing how things go. He's out there. We got to get some feedback on how he's feeling throughout this transition back, how he looks, et cetera. So, 2 really good days for him. So we just hope he can keep progressing like he has been, and then we'll see, see how it goes. A little too early to really make a judgment on it at this point.
How has he looked?
He's looked good. He's looked good. Like anybody, you probably shake off a little rust the first day, and work your way back in. But he looks good. He's moving well.
Was he back in team stuff today?
He was doing some stuff, but I don't know if I'd define it as team stuff.
Just because it's more of a walkthrough tempo, or
Yeah, I don't know if I could put a finger on exactly how to define that.
With Marion, obviously, took more of a load just this training camp. Where did you kind of see his biggest areas of development from when the first training camp first started to?
Marion?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. I don't want to give away anything though, so I'm going to be very political here. But no, he's gotten better at everything. Why? Because all he does is come into work every single day and just go to work and work and work and work and try to get it right and try to get it right and try. It's awesome. That mindset is awesome. So, he's just getting better at everything, and we'll see how it goes. But we're really excited to have him, and I just love how he does what he does every day, just unbelievable. Not bringing any attention to himself or any of that stuff. He is just a worker, and really excited to see him get out there and do his thing.
Are you good with 8 O-linemen on the 53? Obviously, those are the number of guys that you can have active on game day anyway. But
Yeah.
9, maybe 10.
Yeah, I feel great about who we have. Going to learn more about Austin as we get going here. But things are fluid. Things can always change, so I don't know that, that's the number that it might change, so I don't really look at it from that perspective. I look at it from, all right, what's the most pressing matter for us? That's getting ready for this game. All right, here's the guys that we're going to have for this game. And then, yes, we have big picture thinking and discussions elsewhere as well, so things can change.
Obviously, heading into camp, you guys were pretty excited about the depth that you had on the offensive line. A bunch of experience there with Jamari and Trey and Andre as kind of the 3 guys. As depth pieces, things change when Rashawn goes out. Obviously, your depth isn't going to be as good when you lose arguably the best guy up there. But just how are you feeling overall about where the group is at, specifically the depth right now?
I like this group. I like it a lot. I can say this, our organization's always going to try to make itself better. They're always going to try to make us as good as we can possibly be. So I'm not saying we're locked in. Things change. Things happen. But I really like the guys that I know about. I can't really speak to Mr. Deculus just yet, but I really like these guys. I like their mindset, like how they're working together, and like everything about it.
Kind of adding on to that, when we first talked to you after agreeing to you, you were really high on Kai. Great about it. Obviously, I missed a little bit of time, but going into the season a week away, what do you hope that he brings to this offense?
I just want him to be the best version of himself, and then the rest will take care of itself. He's got a tremendous amount of ability, and you can tell he really loves football, loves being with the guys. That's big. I think that really helps with the offensive line. And, just be the best version of himself. And what is that? That's a big physical shutdown guard and people mover. All of the above, So really excited to have him, and glad he's back out there for sure.
I guess when you say best version of himself? Like, what does he have to do? I know you sort of described what that is, like the realized version, but what does he have to do to get there and be that?
Oh, just work every day. Just work every day. I mean, if he puts the work in, which he is, and really dials in, the stratosphere is the limit for Mekhi.
Going back to Darius, how much does being a punt returner and kick returner help him as wide receiver?
I mean, I think it's definitely it definitely helps, you know, in terms of judging the ball, all the things involved with ball skills, you know, depth perception, all that stuff that goes into catching punts and whatnot. And then after the catch, obviously, he gets lots of opportunities to run with the ball and whatnot. But, you know, I think those two things are, you can say the playmaking element are very similar, but then when you get into the receiver world, when you're playing receiver, there's so many different nuances and layers to that, that, you know, really specific layers. So there's a lot more to it, I would say. Now, catching kickoffs and punts and returning them into coverage, that's not for everybody's cup of tea. So we have a lot of respect for how he does that. But, you know, I think it all works hand in hand, you know.
With Tucker, obviously he came on towards the end of last year after he worked through that injury and came off the practice squad, played a bunch for you guys. But just what did he show you through training camp in the preseason this year to sort of earn that spot right away on 53?
You know, I think he's very much improved in the passing game, and he's a guy that can do some dirty work, some legitimate dirty work on the edge in the blocking game. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I mean, there's tight ends and then there's wide tight ends, you know, that can, oh, I got a defensive end on me, you know, not anymore, that kind of thing. Oh, I got to block down in the C gap, you know, it's different. So he has that skill set, brings that unique element to things, and you know, really like Tucker.
Do you feel like you guys value those dirty work, wide tight ends maybe more than other teams in the league?
I mean, you'd have to ask them, but
How much do you guys value?
I mean, I've been fortunate. I've been around a lot of those guys in my career, and it's like anything else. You don't want too many of them, but you love having one of them. You know, because it can really change the game, especially the longer the game goes, later in the game, et cetera. But you know, now we're getting ready for opening day, so you know, the first game of the year is. You never know. I mean, you see what the team did the prior year, but you never know what they're going to do this year. You know, same for us. It goes both ways. So there's a lot of unknowns going into that game, you know. But I really like how our guys are working, preparing for that. And, you know, we got some time, but it's going to be here before we know it. Who's going to Brazil? All right. Direct or connecting? All right. Good luck. Good luck.
I was on a direct play, but then the media schedule changed. So
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
17-hour
travel.
All right. It's exciting. It's exciting. We're really excited. This is a great experience.
Yeah, I'm proud of with Scott Matlock, I did want to ask about him. We talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he said that he and Pat Ricard actually share an agent and have been in communication sort of since you guys made the transition into the offense.
Yeah, we put him in touch with Pat.
Yeah, okay. Just, I guess his process, like from when you guys first started sort of having work with Andy and like he was working out to the side in the training camp last year to now, how much more comfortable is he in that fullback role and some of like the tight end stuff you asked him to do? Just his overall offensive role, how has he grown into that over the last year?
Yeah, I'd say he's made some big jumps the last 2 to 3 weeks. Really big jumps. Some things that we've been trying to get done, really seeing him turn the corner on. So, you know, I'd say last year was one of the most unique things I've ever been around. I've taken D lineman, you know, Ricard, Isaac Sopoaga with the Niners, Will Tukuafu with the Niners, and transitioned him to that type of player. But we did it with Scott, like literally August 23rd we started, and then he's starting against the Raiders in the opener. So that was a crash course. You know, I think just having all that experience under his belt, he's really been able to improve in certain areas. Really, I don't know that we got there last year, but I really think the last couple of weeks we've been able to take some strides. And with everything he does in preparation, he wakes up, he comes in, he meets with Andy, then he goes to meet with the defense, then he goes to special teams meeting, then he's back in the offensive meeting, then he goes to the offensive walkthrough. We organize the walkthrough. He's doing this part of it with the offense, this part of it with the defense. So, the guy's got a full study schedule. He is really preparing, and he's there every day working. So, huge value there.
Do you see any of Pat and Scott at all, or is it more about like transitioning from defense?
Yeah, I don't like comparing guys. Everybody's unique, but there are similarities. 300-pound fullback types, tight end types, and I think the opportunity's there. He's got the ability, and the opportunity's there for him to do something special.